created the magic. And we did weddings for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And
all the time we were doing other photo shoots as well.
Sure.
Just kind of filling little pieces here and there, but not to a great
no, it was,
level.
80-20,
Yeah.
right? The lion's share of our revenue was in the wedding market, in the social market. And we rebranded in 2012 because we realized, hey, we've been doing this for 5 years in total, 3 years full time. Why do we still have sort of 2 separate studios or brands that represent 2 different things? And when we rebranded, we saw it coming. And by it, I mean the diversification, right? Like we don't want all of our eggs in the wedding basket. And
with your corporate background, like you just had this natural inkling to understand what those corporate planners and stuff needed. And
because our ideal audience and dream client were me from just 10 years ago.
Yes.
And so the knowledge base, the experience, it really lent itself to us responsibly and professionally adding this to the portfolio.
Absolutely.
And so when we rebranded in 2012, which we'll get into in another episode, was really just a beautiful opportunity to say, we're going to do this and that. And it's not this and that because we just want to make more money during the week, or this and that because it's easier.
Yeah.
None of those things. It was that we were strategically qualified and uniquely qualified to step into this different market. And by this different market, sort of the corporate photography. And let's just get one thing out of the way. Corporate photography doesn't mean just conferences or just this or just that. When we describe corporate photography, you and I, we talk about the fact that it's a business working with another business.
Yeah.
And typically in the wedding social market, the portrait market, you're working with an individual.
Yes.
And I think the reason that is worth talking about is because I think there's a lot of common misconceptions regarding what corporate photography is. And I think it's a very different thing. And one of the things that you and I have been talking about a lot lately as we create our program, create the educational opportunity, and start the podcast, when you're a professional photographer, all of your couples are clients, but not all of your clients need to be couples.
Right.
And that's a big deal because for me and for us, as we made this shift, one of the number one things we realized is if you talk to a client, if you market to a client, if you try to connect with or attract the attention of a client like they're a couple, it won't land.
Right.
They'll feel displaced. They won't see themselves. And so that whole process around 2012 to 2016, as we were sort of making this move, we made strategic decisions to make sure that they saw themselves and that we knew where to find them, knew how to connect with them, knew how to communicate with them,
and who are we talking
convert
about?
Them corporate clients.
Corporate clients, there we go.
Corporate planners, agencies, businesses looking to create commercial photography and lifestyle photography for social media and things. It was a really exciting time because as social media sort of jumped, there was suddenly this new need and want for scroll stopping images that were impactful that most people aren't innately able to create.
Yes.
You can do wonderful things with an iPhone, but only if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
And you can do wonderful things with a camera, but only if you know how to use it. And so we saw an advent and an interest in, hey, could you come in and take photos of our new menu, our new this, our new that? And so over the course of a couple of years, I would say, you and I started to see growth in that opportunity.
Yeah. So we were doing less weddings and we were rising in our corporate.
And why did that happen? Because once you find a corporate client, they're typically pretty loyal.
Yes.
And so we had, instead of destination...
You need to do your job right.
You need to do your job right. Fair enough.
Right.
You can't just show up in front of
you guys in future episodes how to do that and what does that mean?
Yeah.
And it goes all the way from when you send out your first contract, you know, and then all the way to the delivery of said product, right? So
we also started to notice that like the benefits outweighed the drawbacks, right?
Absolutely.
So suddenly it was, well, I don't know that I really want to do weddings. And admittedly, I think for some people, maybe they're weddings for life, and that's cool.
Yeah, love that.
Love that for them.
Yeah.